And that's something that a lot of people expect to see, but only time will tell. Again, thank you guys for tuning in, and I know a lot of you are watching because tonight's the first day of Genji. Definitely continue to do so as HGC Korea is kind of at its close, and tonight we've been commentating a little bit less seriously, I guess, or less like intensely, because we've been talking a lot about the Genji pick. We'll see if he gets picked in this game. He's been in every game so far, so has not been banned yet.
Now this is a battleground where Kerrigan comes along a lot. Even Johanna and Diablo comes out sometimes as a solo tank warrior in the front line. So this draft is going to be a little bit different for sure. But let's see if Genji makes an appearance again, as our focus is on Genji tonight mostly.
Yep. See if Miracle can bring this back. Taking a win off L5 is pretty impressive regardless. So, first ban will go to Miracle. This is L5's map pick, as we said earlier. There's the extra factor of Kerrigan, so Miracle could get one of Kerrigan, Genji, or Zeratul no matter what, basically. So that's going to be in their favor for the first pick. They kind of get to choose which one they want.
From game number 1 and 2, we saw Tyrael ban coming out from Miracle. So let's see if they stick with that once more, as it seems pretty strong if you let Noble S on that Tyrael. Just evading camps. There we go.
So, 4 for 4 on that one.
Kerrigan insta-ban as they know the threat of Nami's Kerrigan just sweeping through that shrine.
So now Miracle has to make a choice. Do they want Dami on the Zeratul, or do they want Dami on the Genji? And one of the scary things about this too is that if they draft the Zeratul now, L5 knows that they could pick the Genji and they're not going to have to worry about it in the draft anymore. But if they pick the Genji, then it gives L5 more time to counter it. So this is actually a little bit of an awkward moment here. Maybe Miracle just dodges all of this and takes the Falstad. That's something to consider. The Dahaka still available as well.
I think one of the higher picks that we forgot to mention is Gul'dan. As Gul'dan's wave clear, of course, the only team to kind of bring Gul'dan, especially on this map, was Tempest. But other than Tempest, Miracle has been banning Gul'dan, and Black also banning Gul'dan on this map several times. Well, let's see if Gul'dan makes an appearance along with Genji. But I think Zeratul and Genji are kind of overlap in their roles and how they try to finish off the kills at the end. Zeratul will be on the other side, or Genji will be just coming in for the kill. I think they kind of overlap in their roles.
I think so too. I don't think we'll see them together.
Ooh, Arya Vala.
Wow, long time no see for L5 for this one. But with the ETC, that's really unusual because this allows the Valario combo. So L5 was like, wait, you don't have anything that harasses this. You didn't take Vala herself, and you didn't take the Zeratul. Feels like MVP Miracle just couldn't decide, and so they took this, and they're going to take a safer rotation in. But if that's your plan, I feel like you take the Malfurion instead here. Either way, they're going to have the opportunity to grab Genji now. If they don't, I think L5 will ban it. That's enough burst damage when he uses Dragon Blade to kill Vala and or Ariel in the team fight, so that's always concerning. That's the idea behind Vala is how powerful she is as a assassin in terms of auto attacks and the ability to literally heal yourself by building hope for Ariel to heal you and just being unkillable. But with Genji, you could definitely kill her with Falstad's burst damage as well as the CC coming out from ETC.
Ooh, this looks a little bit scary. It's going to be a little bit tough for Genji already because Ariel with that Aegis will save the target that's going to die. So if Genji actually makes his way in with the Swift Strike, I think it's going to be a little bit tough as he will actually himself will get trapped in that damage zone.
I feel like it's I like this Arya ban here. Malfurion ban's solid too, but I feel like everything you just said is true to a certain extent because there are some asterisks, like if ETC power slides Vala and the Aegis has to come down before Genji even gets involved in the fight, then Genji is free to just fly around and blow her up. So if the Aegis could be baited, that could be very strong. So that's part of the reason why we see the Malfurion ban, because Malfurion is really strong against Aegis because you just simply put the root down where the Aegis is and then pop out of the Aegis rooted. Falstad also can gust when the Aegis comes up so that you can gust the target everyone away, and then the Aegis target pops out alone. There are a lot of different ways to deal with this. So I think that there will definitely be a few moments where we see the Genji fly in, Dami's looking for the kill, and then pop, out comes the Aegis, and perhaps he wastes his Dragon Blade. This is not the first time we've seen the Anubarak against the Genji as well here.
I think Miracle L5 hit the point here at Miracle, knowing that they're going to likely to take Uther, maybe have the Cocoon again to isolate their support, leaving Falstad and Genji very vulnerable to all the damage.
And you can't really try to run a Karzim here, I don't think. Might be decently strong against the Sonya in the front line with 7-sided. But you have no protection for Genji. So... So I guess that's the kind of conflict here, is do we take the Uther, even though he could be web wrapped in the Cocoon, or do we go down the path of Karzim for the 7-sided?
I think Uther is a very good option with also Shrink Ray available, but it's going to be even more damage. Greymane and Karazim. Wow, Miracle going all in with Genji all day.
Well, when I saw the Greymane, I thought, oh, it's Uther for sure. Now he's got 2 good Divine Shield targets. It's the Karazim, and I'm like, okay, 7-sided. Now this is going to be very strong against Anubarak and Sonya in the front lines, but not against Vala. Especially Curse Bullet. Her health pool is small, so it doesn't do a lot to her, and she'll just be healed up immediately. I mean, I guess it could be go for the throat. It's not necessarily going to be the Curse Bullet, but we're getting next level on this one with the Anubarak coming out. So the 5th pick for L5. Will we see the Tassadar? Wouldn't be crazy. It would really help protect the Vala and also the Sonya. What's also good on the shrines, Zagara. Okay. The meta is turned upside down.
This is going to be madness.
I wonder how the playoffs are going to look if we're starting things off already on the Genji patch looking like this. Like, what are the playoffs actually going to look like? Okay. Zagara, we'll see how this one works out. There's a lot of different ways to split push with her. We haven't seen Maw in a long time. Wouldn't be totally against the rules to pull it out here. I mean, it's still a strong heroic, but let's see exactly how this is going to play out, guys, as we go into game number 4 on Infernal Shrines. In blue is Miracle, Honkono on ETC, Dami on Genji, Sniper on Falstad, Crazy moving on Greymane, and Darvish bringing up Karzim.
In red, L5, SGC on Vala, Natrojin on Zagara, Jung on Sonya, Noblesse on Ubara, Swoi on Ario.
So, let's see how this one plays out with the Zagara pick. There's a lot of different ways to split push. When you think about combinations, oh, that's going to be a dead Noblesse. When you think about combinations of what could be used with the Maw, there's a lot of different ways to stack up the damage. Anubarak can have the follow-up, big stun, Rain of Vengeance can work with this. Did go into the Baneling level 1, so looks like it could be going that direction.
Maw with Leap and Rain of Vengeance is also a possibility. With the CC chains, just lock in targets.
Got to give the respect to Honkono here, though, in the early game on the ETC. Noblesse got chain stunned there and killed at level 1 as a result of that. Lack of respect. Oh! Got him with the Bailey at the last second there. Crazy moving himself, a former Zerg player in StarCraft 2. Switched over to Heroes of the Storm after its release. Alright, so this is always fun to watch. Looks like we're going to see just a little bit of harassment here. Jung is just forced back. He's very, very safe, very passive. Zagara pushes this into the wall, and they rotate down. Noblesse doing a little jig there.
For now, with ETC on Ancona, of course, we'll have better rotating power along with Darvish. And also Falstad can fly over anytime. L5 does not have the global yet. Until Zagara hits that 10, maybe we may even not see that Zagara network coming out.
Alright, top shrine coming up. Tommy once again just harassing here the back line, looking for SC. It's so difficult to kill him pre-10 without his Dragon Blade. It's actually going to be Dami as a solo shriner. He normally is, but Genji's a pretty terrible shriner. Overall, as you can see, he just is not clearing at all. So I know he normally plays the Kerrigan or the Sonya, the Odin or the Thrall, the solo shriner in those situations, but this situation definitely needs some more support. These spikes actually, Impale is not hit. Noblesse there, trying for some extra damage. Look at all the wave clear that L5 has, though. They totally control this, and they're doing so much damage right now. Honkono is in half health zone now. Detainment Strike doesn't hit.
Sniper gets very low. It almost gets taken out, but it's going to be a trade for 1-1 as Soy is doing massive amount of damage with those Qs. And Jonga is just spinning around for so much heals onto himself. That's 2 for 1.
2 for 1, and they get the first Punisher. For some reason, those health globes look blue to me. I was like, what? No, I'm pretty sure they got that like completely. So it's going to be an Arcane Punisher. So this is actually really lucky for L5. This is the first Punisher in the game because it's the strongest. It's going to be able to help them knock this fort down. They do so much damage. Look at SC in the back, just free to do a lot. He's actually going for the multi-shot build, but even without upgrades to his auto attacks, I mean, he got the level 1. Just does so much damage so quickly. They knock this wall down, and Noblesse is going to split soak. Not a whole lot of damage missed, or rather, not a lot of soak missed here in the bot lanes. Jonga's going to take this siege camp, excuse me, shaman camp.
Of course, Sonya is a great shriner along with solo camp. Sonya can, of course, go around the entire map and paint the map red by herself. And they also have Vala. It's not Q Vala, but of course, with Ariel, she can be a little bit more stronger. ETC going for Prog Rock and Crowd Surfer at 4, so Honkono can go over the terrain with the Power Slide. And it's going to be Genji with the E build again.
Yep, no question. Definitely been more successful with the E build. There's arguments for the Q build. It's the Q quest, obviously. I think that it's strongest against on boss maps though, because you do so much to the bosses. Single target can help you also clear these camps. But not going to be committing to it this time. So we actually see Baneling slow coming out for Zagara at level 7. So it starts to look more and more like this is just going to be a straight up Maw play.
It seems like that as Nitrogen is building Zagara's talents in a way where he wants to go for that team fight.
So also the multi-shot build is going to be so good against that too if he goes for the Maw. You know, against the targets that pop out of it. Obviously,
Multi-shot's also pretty good for wave clears at pushing.
Yeah, but he's going to have to hit the Maw. You know, we're talking about his amazing combos, but he's going to have a big Maw first for any of the things we just said to even matter at all. So they're trying to walk back these skeletal defenders. Zagara's missing right now, so it's actually a 5v4 for MVP, but the Poison Spear coming in. Sniper taking a lot of damage, but he does survive. Here comes Zagara. Back from the spawn. Big cocktail damage coming out here. Good Impale. But look at the damage from Swoy. As you mentioned in the last Shrine fight, he's doing so much.
Nami solo gets that extra poison damage also.
Ooh, Honkono. Down he goes, and this is going to be a 1 Shrine here, 1 Punisher once again for L5. They will reach level 10 first with this, absolutely. It's like they want to close this series out. This has been their strongest game, I feel, in the best of 5 so far. Noblesse diving under. Try to look for the stun target there. All right, big question is it going to be Maw? It is.
It's going to be Maw. And right after Cocoon, maybe they will just CC chain. Looks like that's not even needed. The rain is catching crazy moving. That's enough damage. There's the kill.
We live in a world now, G-Clef, where like
Leap
I feel like anything is possible. We've seen so much Leap today from Sonya. We're seeing Ma,
especially from
Anubarak.
L5. They've been trying lots of things with Judgment coming in also.
Yeah, this is such a cool meta we're coming into. I mean, I know this is just day one, and tomorrow could look totally normal. Playoffs could look much more standard, but this experimentation on paper looks really good. Like I like what people are trying. I know it's not fully practiced yet. It's not fully optimized what we're doing, what these players are doing, but so far I've been really happy with it all. So Kirsten 7-side being held here, or maybe the go for the throat and palm being hidden. Nope, it's going to be 7-side still. But no cursed bullet. Invade here for Miracle. Hong Kong is going in for the Mosh. 7-sided coming on to Nacho Jin as well.
A great ball.
That's what we're looking for.
All 3 targets. Camp is taken for L5. There's a sweep.
Oh!
Oh,
and the web wrap here for the Cocoon finishing.
There's no way of getting out here.
The sprays!
They're waiting. That's a gone.
They spray and Falstad praise.
Nice rhyme there.
That's the idea. That's the if they hit the perfect mod, if the follow-up hits, and everything works exactly correctly.
That was a little bit over aggressive coming out from Miracle, knowing that Ma is available from Zagara. They were into that tight small zone onto the camp. That was the place to land on that Ma.
Okay, SC getting the Aegis on him. This is what we were talking about earlier. Greymaine's actually the first to fall. Dragon Blade's still on cooldown here. This is going to be a dead fort. The siege push. These Goatmen is actually quite strong. A lot of extra support. So another fort down for MVP Miracle as L5 takes the talent tier advantage. Moving into this next shrine.
This is indeed a very weird meta. We don't even see Li Ming in any of the games because Genji is partially taken, also get the reset. And you don't even need Li Ming when Sonya can leap in and cancel on that mosh pit every single time.
Yeah. I mean, Li Ming is incredible. I think she'll make a return, but this is so interesting what we're seeing here. Okay, the Poison Spear is also meta today. So Leap and Poison Spear are like the new hot. If I want to go full NA with my commentary for a second, but look, when you look at everything that L5 is doing, even the Cocoon, it just seems incredibly strong, even though it's so uncommon. It's like, oh, we've already figured out a lot of new things now about this.
Guys, come in. Augustus is available, but he's not going to even use it.
Nope.
It's going to be that for sure anyhow.
Dead.
My goodness, the Cocoon really making his play with Noblesse just knowing that power.
Frozen Punisher 40-0. Nobody even gets close to the contest. The kill there on the Sniper. Really unfortunate for Miracle now. It's going to be up in 10 seconds with a gust. This Frozen Punisher is walking towards the mid keep. Keep wall will be the first target. Look at how much SC is doing right now. It's just doing so much damage. Uncontested. No one can get on him. And while this Frozen Punisher's here, it's too much of a risk, too much of a liability to commit to the Dragon Blade. They're going to have to wait till it's cleared. For me, this is all about, can Dami find the window?
It was also 4v5, and Sonya has been pushing on that top for this entire time, and they'll be hitting that 16 very soon with that double beat.
Yep, Nitrogen comes up here. They're going to knock this fort down, and
almost
it's going to
double talent lead.
Yeah,
almost.
They will have it for just a moment. They could actually potentially invade this. Looks like they're not going to go for it. They want to push the keep wall instead.
Greymane may actually find himself. Look, there's the lead with the rain connecting.
This is one of those things that, like, we used to see all sorts of play like this, and now it's just so rare. But when you see it, you're like, oh yeah, I remember this meta. 2015, yeah. TNL Zagara meta, yeah. So
if you try to split push at all, even if you're Falstad or Greymane or any of the heroes on the other side, L5 will catch you with a Cocoon or Leap. The CC connection is real.
It just doesn't feel like Miracle's respecting the call, but it doesn't feel like they've really practiced against this yet. And this is going to be something that I don't want to judge them for now because we've quite literally never seen anything like this before in Korea ever. We have seen different pieces of this in different metas, but to see all this together, it's quite rare. It's quite unusual. Big stun coming in from Noblesse. That's going to be the double. And this may just be game. Crazy moving, totally isolated, gets hit by the rain. Gus to try to save him. Oh, the spear! And Sniper survives a little bit longer as Darvish is caught, it looks like, in the maw. He's going to go down inside. And that's going to be game. The full wipe here for L5, this combo style that we have not seen in years in Korea, making a comeback. And Genji will walk away from tonight's matches, I believe, 1-6. And that is going to be it. Game over. L5 will take the series 3-1 after a pretty aggressive, crazy maw combo game.
And with that, L5 will have 14 wins and 0 losses on their first season of HGC Korea. They will be possibly be the only team with 14 wins.
They are. It's impossible for anyone else to be flawless.